Good morning. Good morning. It's really early in the morning. My voice is sort of raspy, but bear with me. I'll be talking to you from uh, 2 Samuel, the 13th chapter. And it's about David's son. He had a son named Amnon. And David's son, Amnon, was in love with his sister. And so he burned in his heart for her every day, every day. All he could think about was his sister Tamar. So Amnon talked to his uncle, said, "Man, I'm burning with desire for her. I want her." And his uncle said, "Why don't you play sick? And then when the king come in and see you, tell him you're sick and you need Tamar to come feed you. Then, have your way with her." Now, Tamar was a virgin. So Amnon did exactly what his uncle told him to do. He went in there, he played sick. And then when David came to see his son, he said, "I'm sick. Please have Tamar come in and fix me some cakes in my sight and some meat that I could eat from her hand." So David, not thinking nothing, he goes to Tamar and said, "Go look out after your brother." The king didn't see nothing wrong with this. So Tamar went and she kneaded some cakes and she fixed the dough and she made the meat. And he told all the men that were ministering to him, that was his servants, to leave the room. And so Tamar fixed the meal. He said, "Come, let me eat." But when she got to the bedside, he wouldn't eat. And he told her, "I want you. I got to have you." And she said, "Don't do this folly in Israel. Don't do this. It'll be a disgrace and you'll be deemed a fool." He said, "Nah, I want you." So he forced himself on his sister. Now remember, he was way in love with her, burning every day thinking about her. He laid with her. And after he laid with her, he started to hate her. And the Bible says that his hatred was far more towards her than more than he loved her. And she said, "Why did you do this to me? Why?" And he said, "Look, be gone with you." And she said, "You were wrong. You should not have did this." And he called the servants. He said, "Put this woman out and bolt the door." He started dogging her. This has no title, but seeing how that most of my audience are women, I don't know how this happened. I'm going to speak to y'all today because it seems like from being dogged out by men, it crushes a woman's spirit and self-esteem. Men do this because they don't want you to know your worth. Now, he knew your worth before he slept with you, but after Amnon slept with Tamar, she didn't mean nothing to him. And I'm noticing that some of the most beautiful women in the world have the most low self-esteem in America. And it's coming from them dealing with men like Amnon. Men don't want you to know your worth so that you will never think that you're something more than you are. They want you to not to know your worth so your self-esteem can stay down low, so they'll dog you. And it's strange, it was strange to me to see that everybody knows your worth but you. The porn industry know your worth. Pimps know your worth, but they constantly dog you out so you won't know your worth. But a woman's worth is so great. But in order to capitalize on her, in order to make money off of her, in order for a man to thrive over her, he must diminish her. He must dog her out. He must not let her even think she's special. But I say to you today, our morale of a country is dependent on the morale of a woman. They say the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. And people don't understand how true that is. When a father throws a football with his son, he goes to every game with his son, he practices with his son. But when his son wins a championship and makes it to the NFL, most of the time you see him saying, "Hey, Mom." Some of them don't even say Dad. They say, "Hey, Mom." See, in America, we've made it so that being a mother is a second-class citizen. But I'm going to tell you something. Being a homemaker and a mother is the highest calling to mankind. It's not fatherhood. It's motherhood. Because while dad's going hunting, or while dad going getting that bread, mama's home. When a child is sick, dad is asleep. Mama's up all night holding her baby. When dad is gone and nobody's around, mama's always there. That's why it's more detrimental almost for a mother to abuse a child than a father. It's more devastating for a mother to abuse a child than a father. Because when a father's not there, mama's always there. And so the porn industry knows your worth. And pimping, they know your worth. This is why a pimp beat his woman. Because he wants to keep you down in the spirit. See, whether you're a Christian or not, whether you're a believer or not, one thing about a woman, she has a spiritual side. A woman is a very spiritual and emotional woman. So when you break that spirit, then you control that woman. And it's so sad because some of you out there, your spirits are broken. And so now you're on the hunt. And what happens is as your body count go up after man, after man, after man, your body count goes up, but your self-worth goes down. You are not special to a man just because you dress to appeal to his loins. You are special to a man when you appeal to his intellect. And as long as our women are going astray, as long as our women are showing their bodies, as long as our women are walking around half naked, men are going to follow. Many men have followed women to their dooms of good marriages, good relationships. But because they couldn't control themselves, and the woman was in a position of power because she taken off a little bit of her clothes, it has led many relationships to ruin. So what if the opposite happened? If women started carrying themselves like women, if women started carrying themselves like women of God, do you know men would have to get in line because the women are in line? You give your power away when you give your body away. I'm appealing to you today because over 300 to 400 women on my page are women, over 300 to 400 people on my page are women. And you must understand your wealth this morning. God created you to help man. See, he created Adam first, but Adam could not do it by himself. So he created a helpmeet. When you need help, that means I can't do this. If a man needs help, he hires help because he can't